Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I trim my hair. So I trim my hair every 3 months, and the majority of the time I trim it while it's curly. So when my hair is curly, I like to trim on very wet hair just because it's easier for me to see what my ends look like and also to section my hair. And so I've already sectioned my hair off into 4 quadrants, and I'm just going to break that into a smaller section within that back quadrant. Before I started, I detangled my hair very thoroughly because it makes it easier to see the quality of your ends. Now, there are a few different ways that I trim my hair, so I'm going to start with option 1. And basically, in this option, you just want to twist the section all the way from root to tip. And then you're going to take your hair shears. I like to use the hair shears by The Main Choice because they're very sharp and really durable. You don't have to use these though. Any hair shears will do as long as they're sharp. But you're basically just going to feel along the end of your twist and feel for hair that feels dry. If you feel little bumps, those are usually single strand knots and just any damage. And then you're just going to trim off that dry little bit of hair. Option 1 is best if your hair length is even all around, because then you're just maintaining your shape by trimming off a little bit of hair on the end of each twist. Option 2 is better for those who have hair that's a few different lengths. So you're still going to twist your hair just so you can maintain control of the section. And once you get to the end, you're just going to snip off however much hair is necessary to get rid of your damaged ends. And you'll do that to each length of hair that you have in that section. So this method works a little bit better for me because my hair is a few different lengths, just because my hair grows differently in different sections of my head. And instead of cutting all of my hair one length every single time I get a trim, I like to just cut what's necessary. So moving on to option 3, it's pretty much an extended version of option 2. Instead of twisting up the section, you're just going to find the hair that's similar in length and only cut that section at a time. So option 3 actually works the best for my hair because it lets me cater to all the different lengths in my head and cutting what's necessary off of each piece. And because I wear my hair curly the majority of the time, even if things aren't 100% even, you can't really tell, and I honestly don't care. And when I do straighten my hair, I have a stylist give me a complete all over trim so things look even when my hair is fully straight. So I ended up using option 3 to trim the rest of my hair, and as I'm sectioning off these next sections, I do try to keep them in line with the first initial sections just to keep my hair as even as I possibly can get it. I'm not a stylist, so I don't really stress it that much, but I do try. And here I'm just showing you how my hair falls differently when I pull it in different directions. So in order for me to keep my hair as even as possible, I like to use a guideline of the first cut that I make. So the first cut that I made was about 1/3 of an inch, and the little curl that I cut off was shaped in a C. So I'm just trying to follow that guideline along the rest of my hair. And after trimming that section, the hair still falls similar to how it did before the trim, so I know I'm on the right track. So now I'm going to move on to the next section. And here my hair is very different in length because I actually cut off a large portion of my crown about 1.5 years ago, and my crown is still shorter than the rest of my hair. So this is also why I like option 3. I spent years trying to keep my hair all one length, and in the process I ended up cutting off a lot of healthy length just because I had problem areas. So now instead of trying to trim my hair all in one section, I trim little clumps of curls separately. And like I said, since my hair is curly the majority of the time, you really can't tell anyway. And having different layers in my hair also helps a lot with volume. So here in my crown, you'll see more scraggly ends and breakage because my hair is weaker and more drier in this area. And this is also why I trim my hair every 3 to 4 months, because if I went any longer, my crown would get in really bad shape and it would be difficult to grow that area healthy and long. So moving on to the front section of my hair, I don't have to trim as much here because my hair isn't as susceptible to damage, but I do like to use a comb when I trim my hair just to make sure all the tangles are completely gone and to help me smooth my hair, because it's easier for me to feel for damage when my hair is completely detangled. And I'm just going to repeat the same steps that I've been doing on the entirety of my head, just checking to see where the hair falls in each section, and then feeling for damage, and then trimming off about 1/3 of an inch of hair. And those are my ends after trimming that section. So the very top of my hair is pretty even, but it can be a little bit tricky just because my curl pattern is looser on the top. I have more of a wave as opposed to a curl here, and in the past I have over trimmed, mistaking my wavy hair as damaged hair. So here I have to really evaluate my ends and determine what is my actual curl pattern and what's damaged. And after trimming this section, I only trimmed a little bit, but I could still tell a big difference in my ends when I was done because they looked a lot better. But in this section here towards the front, I do have a little bit of damage. So I trimmed off about 1 inch of hair here, but in the end, it made the rest of that section look way better. And here's the final result. So I'm left with a bunch of twists that I let dry for a twist out a few days later, and my ends look very happy. And here's how much hair that I ended up cutting off total. It wasn't a lot, but it made a really big difference in how my hair felt. If you guys have any questions for me, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.